How you doing? This is Todd Smith. I'm back with another video. This has been the week of Behringer leaks and clone announcements. Right around they announced when they were going to be touching the Yamaha CS80, they came out with a secondary leak showing a synth they'd like to touch down the pipeline, but they pretty much state right now it has no solid plans for immediate development. Behringer announced that they want to recreate the Solina string ensemble, which was a 1970s synthesizer. The original was made by Eminent, if I pronounce that correctly, called the ARP string ensemble or the Solina string ensemble. It used divided down technology, which allowed full polyphony using 70s technology. It really has some classic sounds that you're going to hear sprinkled all over the 70s disco, 70s pop, and just 70s synth music in general. Behringer plans to update this clone by adding an EHX stone phaser effect into the unit. This is going to just give a straight classic 70s synth sound right out the gate. It's going to be pretty amazing. Behringer stated that this one, as I said before, is pretty far down the gate and isn't even 100% guaranteed yet, but it is definitely something they are highly considering. This has caused some backlash with a lot of people saying now Behringer is going too far with their hypes, saying things they might possibly never make, and that they're just creating hype in general. And I don't really think that's fair, because I really do believe that Yuli and Behringer has been pretty true to their words on what they want to recreate. And I think if you follow their path in the last couple of years, what they've wanted to post, I mean, pretty much everything has either come out or is close to coming out at this point. And when he gave that first list 2 years ago of everything he wanted created, almost half of those are out now, and almost no one believed that even that would happen. I mean, obviously every company's going to try to get people interested in what they're doing, and Behringer is obviously going to try to leak some classics they're interested in, but I don't think they're doing it purely for hype and doing things that they're never going to touch. I think if Behringer puts it on their page and they say there's a chance they're going to clone it, looking at what happened the last few years, you better damn well think there's a good chance they might clone it. But you're always going to have people who don't either agree with what he's doing, don't believe that it's going to work out, or just straight don't like the way people market items. And when it comes down to reality, you can't please everybody. But when it comes down to you and them announcing this 70s synth classic, is that something that interests you at all? Actually, finding a 70s synth machine with that type of phaser is actually pretty hard these days. That's another great thing for Behringer to touch, just like the CS80, something that's very, very hard to get your hands on. Again, I feel these are the type of things that Behringer needs to focus on. I don't mind seeing little things like, the KS20, even though you can get an MS20 today. But I think in general with clones, the best thing for them to focus on is things that got priced out of the hands of young and fresh producers by the vintage market, or things that are just really just too hard to get a hold of because of age and numbers that were made. And this machine definitely falls into that category of things. It's just really hard to get your hand on, something of that nature, whether or not you want it, whether or not it fits your sound style, whether or not it even appeals to you. It will definitely appeal to somebody else. I love classic like pads and spacey synth stuff, so this is actually something that could be interesting to me. But it's definitely something I could see myself getting into because of how much I use pads in that type of stuff. So Behringer is true on their words, guys. Would you be interested in the Solina? Is that something you'd want to pick up? Does a 70s string machine with some 70s phaser interest you? Let me know in the comments below. Stay positive, stay creative, support each other, and peace.